So let's just say it plainly here.
Yeah.
You know, the Sooze is coming on full time at Tone Junkie.
Woo!
Woo! Oh, the crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
Tone Junkie, you know, is just one guy. It's really just me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, Sooze, you're a big part of it.
Yeah.
You come over, we do the demos, you
What's
make
it
the
been, 6 years?
performances. Dude, it's been like 5-6 years,
Uh-huh.
you know. And but you know, in terms of, you know, I'm doing this all the time, Monday to Friday, you know, and that's a lie.
Monday to Monday.
It's dude, it's it's
Yeah.
Monday to Sunday morning to Monday morning. There's not a day there's hardly a Saturday that I don't work for 3, 4, 5 hours.
Okay.
Most days I am returning to work after putting the kids to bed.
Yeah.
So 7, 8, you know, getting down here again. You know, and lately, dude, I'll tell you, I feel like I'm having a near-death experience. Is that a thing? Because we had a baby.
Yeah.
You know, and the baby is keeping my wife very busy.
Right.
And so she's like waking up a lot feeding the baby. So in the morning, I got to get up. I'm packing the lunch, doing the drop off. So then I'm back here and I got about 6 hours before I need to go get them. And it's 25 minutes there, 25 minutes back. Okay. You know, it's a ways. So that's 2 hours in the car, you know, and then I got to get them. And then, man, we got these kids and everything. They're in drum lessons and theater thing, after school club, like chess club and all these things. And all they want to do is play Fortnite. And so, you know, if that's happening, then I got to take them to that. And then I'm just like, get back here, work for another hour before dinner. Sometimes work through dinner, but you know, gotta pause and take time. So I'm like, this is, you know, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
And really, it's become even harder with all the different platforms. Because now I got people, I just had a thing, HW, we need more ToneX stuff. And I'm like, oh, right, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot about ToneX because I've been so focused on the Kemper. And I have 2 things for Helix done that need to get out. But I have, and you know, I love it when you do the demo, Sooze, because you're an excellent player. Everybody loves listening to Sooze play.
Thank you. Yeah.
But you're here on Fridays. And so I got all this stuff done for Friday. And if we don't get it done for Friday because we got something else going on, then, you know, then it's like we got to wait another week or maybe I got to figure out something else. And so then it's all very challenging.
Yeah. You're only one man, you know?
Only one man.
Yeah.
And so for a long time, I've been just wishing, hoping, praying that I could clone myself. There could be...
There could be 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
But which? The master or the apprentice? As they say in Star Wars.
Right.
And so that hasn't proved possible yet. And so I was without a solution. And then the solution came along.
I called you.
The Sooze called. The Sooze called. You want to take over the story here?
Yeah, man. You know, it was time for a change, you know, in my life. And I thought, what am I already involved in, you know, outside of my full-time job? And so I teach a little bit at the university here in Nashville. And
Belmont.
Lipscomb.
Lipscomb.
Yeah. They're all the I mean,
is that the same school?
They're very similar.
I thought you were at Belmont.
Yeah, this whole time. You're not the only one.
Lipscomb.
So I taught there.
Anyway,
you know.
you teach. You've been teaching some classes there for the last few semesters.
Yes. Yeah. It's been great. You know.
What class are you teaching there?
It's a worship ensemble. So basically, the worship arts majors form a band, and I lead that band.
Are you? What's your education background, Sooze?
So I went to Azusa Pacific, and I got my undergrad degrees in theology. Actually, I started as a music major. And then I realized a year and a half into it, like, this kind of sucks. Like, I don't want to do, like, upper level, like, arranging and counterpoint and, like, all this stuff. Like, I'm not, like, going to be, like, Bach or Beethoven, you know? Right. I just want to play guitar. Yeah. But I just want to cue multi-tracks. Right, yeah, like Ableton. For those that don't know, I've been a music director in a church for a long time. Yes. You know, that's been my main... Several churches. Yes, and I've, you know, moved from California to Nashville and done all that.
All doing music directing.
That's been my, you know, the bread and butter. So
when people wonder how you just constantly have this melody in your heart
to play,
as I say, it's because I play a ton of music. You play a ton of music.
I'm always
You're playing all the time.
Playing all week long. Yeah. Here's a fun fact about me. I have no electric guitars in my house. Not one.
That's true.
For years. I don't have a Kemper. I don't own an amp.
Yeah.
It's because all week long I'm playing guitar and writing songs and arranging and doing all that, and then I play on Sundays, and then I come here and play on my free time.
Yeah, there you go.
So when I get home, my wife has a nylon string, classical, and I play that. That's all I have.
Fun.
Anyway, so I've been passionate about church music for a long time. I've been passionate about teaching at the university has been great because it's still within music and, setting up people to win at their churches and the next generation kind of thing. But then I thought, I really love the Tone Junkie thing, and I love tones, and I love the community. Like you said earlier, it's all about the people. It's all about the, the folks that find community with Tone Junkie. That's so amazing. And so we had a conversation that was just about like, hey man, it kind of came out of the blue for you. I think you weren't expecting me to call
100%
or say that. And the substance of that conversation was, what would it look like for me to come on in a greater capacity?
Right.
What would that be helpful to you? Would that be sort of complicated for you? Like, what would be the result of that?
Yeah.
And I think your statement was like, that would be amazing, but I'm a little caught flat-footed. Like, let me think about this.
Yeah. That was it. It was like, I've never thought about this, but this sounds.
It was sort of like dreaming or like hypothetical. And if it was a no, like, cool. Like, let's keep it the way it is.
And so let's just say it plainly here.
Yeah.
The Sooze is coming on full time at Tone Junkie.
Woo!
Woo! Oh, the crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
And this is, I can't express to people how like life changing I feel like this is. Not just for me, but for like Tone Junkie, because I realized once we started talking about this, how much of my week is scheduled around when we can do some stuff together, release times, whatever, and the ability to sort of do the things we do in a very limited window now throughout the week.
Yeah, because of my own schedule and my own
availability.
You had a
job.
Yeah,
you had a career.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I might be here slaving away making products and making some stuff, but it's just, I'm so excited. And also, this really for me, like, it really doubles the capacity of what I can do in terms of just like editing, there's products that we've wanted to make that we just haven't had the time.
Yeah. When you said like bottlenecking, like that made a lot of sense to me.
I'm the biggest bottleneck in Tone Junkie right now, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest bottleneck because even though I can make more things, I can't get it all out because it takes time to add things to the website, make a video, put it up, make the thumbnail, and...
Well, and you're the video editor, you're the promo guy, you're the accountant, you're like everything. Right. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, I've just been doing the taxes. Let me make sure the taxes aren't on the screen behind me. I've just been like doing all the tax stuff and the sales tax stuff. And it is, and then all the emails. Sometimes I get people like, I emailed you 3 days ago. And I'm like, I'm about to clear my inbox. You know what I mean? Like I didn't do it yesterday. I didn't do it the day before. I'm about to clear it. Like I'm about to go through and hit every single thing.
Sure.
And then sometimes people bring up some issue I never seen before, and it eats up a bunch of stuff. And then the day goes by, and I think like, I could have been making some IRs. I could have made a profile pack. Could have been, And then some days, because all that stuff always comes up, I have to just ignore, shut everything down. I'm just making stuff right now.
Yeah, it's hard.
And but anyway, I'm super excited.
Me too, man. Yeah.
And I'm not just super excited about you being here all the time and us doing a ton more stuff. Now, Guitar Friends is super easy to do, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because this has been like, hey, let's start a podcast. Okay, let's also fit it in the half a day on Friday that we also were trying to shoot demos.
Yeah, goodness.
And I'm like, and this is my favorite things to do. And so I'm excited about all that, but I'm also excited because you come bearing gifts. You have no guitars at your home.
Oh, no. Yeah, I've got guitars.
But you've got guitars.
Yeah.
And so what are you going to do? You going to store them at your house?
Can't do that. Because I still don't really want to play at home. I don't know. I would love to hear in the comments, like, do people get sick of like just like jamming in their... people that play at church or people that play, like all that time. It's like, I've just never done that. But I realize
thing is, you during the day, you might be tasked with like, Sooze, we need to make bumper music. for the outro of this, right? That's something you would do?
Or arrange this new song that we wrote or do whatever. Yeah. And it's like, I guess if it's flip-flop like that, a lot of people play there, but it's, I don't know. It's just been something that always felt like I have to have distance from this. So like once I get to my house, you know?
That seems incredibly healthy. It's not something that I have at the moment.
Yeah. Well, you have complications of this being your,
But you own some guitars. So the other day, you counted how many guitars were down here.
Well, I was standing like just right there, like right where we film. And I just said, where I'm standing, I'm not going to go to a different room. From where I'm standing, I can see 28 electric guitars.
Which is news to me, because if you had asked me, I would have thought I had 15.
Right. That's what you tell your wife. I think there's a lot.
Yeah, and a lot of them, like, there's the chips in that I got for a video. I got one of those, like, a couple Squires for a video.
Yeah.
We did that baritone Squire thing. There's the Super 6 that was for a video. We did the Harley Benton and the Les Paul Shootout. So I recently did
that number did shoot up recently.
Yeah, but way more than I thought. And several that need to go. I need to sell. There might be 6 guitars, 8 guitars that need to get sold.
Right.
What am I going to do really with that Harley Benton Les Paul?
It's not going to be there's a couple over there that have been on the chopping block for 4 years. That I can think of off the top of my head.
There's a Greco 335 over there that's been on the chopping block. Do you know the problem with that? I don't have a case for it.
What's that one with the black headstock?
Oh,
that thing.
I don't have a trem bar.
What is it called?
It's called a Dorian James.
Yeah, Dorian James. That's been 4 years in the making.
Not into it.
There's a Don Grosh.
No, that's gone.
Oh, you did sell that.
Yeah, see, it's not here.
See progress.
It's gone. Yeah, progress. I sold something. I've been trying.
I would be interested to know the number of guitars you want to keep, like out of that 28, which we could tally. But.
Yeah, and a couple of these aren't mine.
Okay. That always
One
helps.
or two of them are like just loaned over here.
But the rest of that is, you have 28. I think I have 12. So we're about to crest 40 guitars in this little space down here.
This is going to be tough.
It's not a little space. It just seems little because of all the stuff.
There's 1,000 square feet down here of finished space. I'm not using all of it.
Yeah.
One room is my kids' game room, which can be dual purpose because they have a fridge.
Right.
I can upgrade that to a larger fridge. Now we have a fridge.
We also have a game room. I just want to point out, like, if we need a break, we could game.
Yeah, and I'm putting a TV in there with bean bags and for like a PlayStation, but they also have their gaming setups like computers.
This is how HW and the Sooze eventually just went back to like college dorm room status.
Yeah, we could put a hot plate in there and just have bagel bites available. But we're gonna need snacks down here.
I'm down.
I think we're gonna need snacks.
Yeah,
because you're gonna be here.
Yeah.
We might be editing. You might want a snack.
Yeah.
I don't know that and I can say, Sooze, go check the pantry.
Right.
Which you can do, but you're probably going to be like, well,
what do we got? And
I didn't want to bother.
Distance.
The baby could be sleeping.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then it's like, but dude, this is, I'm really excited. Did you ever think this would happen?
I mean, not really. Like in the back of my head, it's work I really enjoy. And so I think that, maybe the answer to that question is then maybe a little bit,
Yeah.
But yeah, when I saw you go from your job into this kind of on the side, because I've been here from the beginning, right? Like,
yeah,
kind of brought a Kemper over. What is that? Like, that's, part of my,
the first
my claim to fame still.
The first hang was Deluxe Memory Man into Cerbella and Vox AC30.
And we were just stopped in our tracks with how good it sounded.
Yeah, and that same time, I remember we put my Line 6 M9 up against the Timeline.
Yeah.
And I went and bought a Timeline after because I was like, that sounds way better than what I'm using.
Yeah, like if you go back to the early videos, it's all like, here's my Jazz Master. And like John 2 and I like playing, or like that, that, what was that pedal video we did that kind of blew up? The Full Tone.
Oh, the OCDs.
OCD, like stuff like that. It was
careful,
just
you get us canceled now. He got canceled.
Oh, okay.
Careful,
well, it's got some views on it,
God, you never heard of it.
It was all,
Never heard of it.
It was all just like tones that we liked and guitars we wanted to feature and all that stuff. But then as soon as it became...
Wait, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
When I was at JHS, I asked Josh, so you ever going to do a full tone video? And his response was, well, not now.
Yeah. That ship has sailed.
Well,
goodness.
Maybe. I mean, it's anyway.
Yeah, what would be in that video is a lot of stuff. But it's like, the Kemper thing became like, hey, I can actually sell these, I can make them, and just watching you make that transition. And I always admired your skill in business and marketing, and just it took like, I would tell people what was happening, and they're like, well, how is he doing that? I'm like, well, it's a lot about how you think about business too, and entrepreneurship and like all that stuff, which I think if a lot of people try, they wouldn't have that skill as well. Like you can make the profiles. Like I could have made the profiles. I don't think I could have done what you did with the business,
Yeah.
which was cool to watch, man. Like, and when you left your job to go do this, it was a little bit like, is this going to work?
Yeah.
Is there a market? And
yeah.
And there really was,
Well, yeah, I'm an out of the box thinker, but necessity is the mother of invention. And to be honest, I don't know if I've ever said this in content, but why not? I'm an open book today. And that transition from my job to this job was not totally of my choosing. I was in a situation where I was a manager at a company that my family owned, and we had been in a process of like streamlining and getting rid of redundancies, we'll call them, and just figuring out a better way to do stuff. And so a lot of my job I had already gotten rid of, in terms of I realized a lot the salespeople could do certain things themselves. They didn't need me to do it. We could make account management and sales kind of a combined role. We didn't need to have, and so it was all these things. And so at the end of the day, the thing was presented to me. Why don't you need to cut some people in your office. And this office was in Nashville, and the rest of the company's back in California. And it was like, you need to cut some people. This is what's happening. There's a kind of a downturn here, and which happens from time to time. And I said, well, you know what? I don't want to lay any of these guys off. Some of these guys moved out here to come take this job. This feels too soon, so I'll lay me off. and I had Tone Junkie going, and so and so it was a natural progression, but it was I didn't jump out of the plane, so to speak. Someone was going out of that plane, right. And I just said, hey, I got something going on. I'm gonna jump, like little plot twist.
Yeah.
The jumper is me. You know what I mean? Like, Reveal, and so that was something we didn't see coming. Nobody really saw coming. But we did it, and it worked, and it was great. And I say that to say this. Necessity is the mother of invention. When you have to do something, you have to do it. And so when I was looking at Tone Junkie and I was going, this is like 25, 30%. Of like what I'm making at my company. Yeah. Well, then it's like that's the problem I got to solve. Right. Right. And so that's led to all sorts of really unique, things where this, like as a business, really doesn't look like my past job, which was very boring. It was like selling men's apparel to like blue collar workers. It was selling uniforms to like companies, like put your logo on here and outfit your whole team. And these people need pants, and this has a crotch gusset. It's like, ugh. It's
terms that you knew.
Dude, I know all about that stuff, man. I know all that stuff. And a lot of people get into that industry and they never leave. But dude, I had a lot of success in that. I sat down with I had a meeting with a billionaire, a billionaire. And I don't even know how we did this. We convinced them to give us like a free license on their name. Wow. Yeah, it was Dickies clothing.
Yeah, it's a big one.
They gave us a free license to use their name. And it was a lot of good stuff. We sponsored a NASCAR.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And we did a lot. We sold a lot of stuff. We sold a lot of stuff on the internet. That's that's what the company
still
did,
do that,
right?
actually. Yeah.
Yeah. And so but getting out of that, it was so boring. And so boring. That then Tone Junkie was like the response to that. We're like, nothing serious, everything's fun. It's a monkey with pink hair. Why? Why not? Yeah. And the monkey dude, I'll just tell you, maybe I've told you this. Do you know why the monkey is a...
There was a guy that you knew in California that looked...
Yeah, so there was a guy, and he had pink hair. Yeah. but he didn't really look like the monkey. But I remember when I saw the Monkey Then logo, I was like, I should turn it pink. It'll look like my buddy.
Yeah.
You know, and I sent him like a joke. Ha ha ha. But then I thought, man, this monkey is just playful and not that serious. And I was like, everything here, like in the Kemper world, Reamp Zone, you know, and Sin Mix that I was seeing was all like very serious. It was all like very,
dark, sinister. Like
and I was like, this monkey is the opposite of that.
Right.
And if I was going to brand something, I'd want to brand it the opposite of what else is out there.
Okay.
Like I don't want to be similar to something else.
Yeah.
And then so just like realizing like, you know, and you can go back to the early Tone Junkie videos and you see this character that's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at some point that character just is me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know where I stop and he starts, but the floral, the flash sales, the you know, tone bot, you know.
Endless conversations about what does HW mean?
What does HW mean?
Yeah.
You know? All of it. The Tone Junkie podcast,
right.
you know, was like the and just all of this super organic, like, why not?
You did it because you liked it, you know, like there's a
why not?
to that,
If Tone Junkie has a motto, that's it. It's why not?
Yeah, why not? Dude, I love it. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm what I'm really excited about, and the past couple of years, man, I've gotten really into the stock market and investing. And I look back, and it's like some of that was really great, but a lot of it now I look and I just go, that was a big distraction. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You only have so much bandwidth.
I only have so much bandwidth, and that is not something you can build into something great. There's not really, you know, there's no people in it. You know, it's just an arbitrage. You know, do I still trade? I still trade. This morning you came in. What did I say?
$5 down.
I lost $23. $23. So it's scratch day.
Yeah.
You know, I had a week, 160% week. Now it was small dollars.
Yeah.
It was like $1,000.
Yeah.
That turned into $2,000, you know,
Right.
2,400, whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's like, whoa, enormous percent, you know, like whatever. It's one trade. And it's good, but there's no people in it. There's no people there. You know, I have some buddies from trading, but it's not something, you know, and I can show it to my kids, you know, and here's my indicator. I studied the charts for weeks and months and found this setup, and now I trade it all the time, and that's it. And I, you know, your dad invented it. Does it work? Yeah, it's made me some money. If the market conditions change, I have nothing. Like it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And so there's no like spirit behind it. There's nothing you can like build and like keep going. And Tone Junkie's like about, like what's the saying? Wu-Tang's for the kids. Tone Junkie's for the kids. You know what I mean? It's for the players. It's for the people.
Yeah.
So what actually gets me really excited is like just going, okay, flash sales, monthly sales, you know, this metric, that metric. It's all good, but there's a group of people here that I just want to like serve. Because I think like there's a happiness that comes when you sort of like you get yourself out of the focus.
Yeah.
And you know, a while ago I ran into the thing of I'm just doing Kemper and I'm getting all these people asking me to do these other things. And so now that I've expanded and gone to these other platforms, I'm just completely tapped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Completely
Kemper has
tapped.
to go down a little bit to dilute or
yeah,
to get more out.
And then we were, you know, talking, and then you made a comment to me. You was like, "Well, it's definitely slowed down," and you didn't even know it, but that hit me like an arrow to the heart.
Yeah.
You're like, definitely the Kemper stuff slowed down, and I was like,
yeah.
And then I went back and looked at the actual releases, when they were released and how many per month, and I realized I've gone from 3 or 4 a month to 1 or 2, and then I'm thinking, how did I do 1 in a month? Oh my gosh!
Right.
And so that's why I'm so excited for you to be here anyway, because you know, this is the bottleneck, and it's always been about this thing and these people. It's a great little business, and look, some people dig ditches, you know. Some more. There's a colonoscopy doctor that puts things in people's butts. I don't know. I have a better job than him, I think. You know what I mean? Now maybe
things
he makes,
I never thought you might say in this episode.
Yeah,
but
maybe he
are.
makes more.
Yeah,
and he went to school for that. You know what I mean? But you ask me what I'd rather be doing today: stick this tube in a stranger's butt, or make a video.
Oh man.
on the irresponsible uses of liquid profiling.
Yeah, right.
I'm taking liquid profiling.
Okay.
I'm taking Greco Gold Top, which, by the way, play it again because it sounds good. Nice, man.
It's a great guitar, man.
That's a killer guitar.
I was thinking of stealing this guitar from you, but now I think I might be here almost every day. So I'll just leave it here, you know?
You steal it and then leave it here.
I'm excited to see. Okay, translation. What does this mean? I'm excited to see a ton more content for every platform come out. I'm excited to see a lot more videos coming out.
Yeah.
I'm excited to expand into things we haven't even done yet. You haven't even seen from Tone Junkie yet.
Yeah.
Because that was always like, we'll get to that if we can, or it's extra. Now it's like, it takes the lid off of that.
Yeah.
And it says, what can you and I, and ideas I bring, because I'm a different person.
Yeah.
I remember that was the conversation, like, if you could clone yourself, what could you get done in a week that you can't now? But when you came back, it's like, no, I'm not cloning myself. You're the Sooze. I'm HW.
Yeah.
There's actually a beauty to that difference. And I was like, oh, that's actually a cool perspective, you know? Yeah. And so... yeah, I'm to the moon about it, man. I think it's going to be cool to see. And for me, of just like watching a business grow and helping the marketing and like the way that you sell products, but like you said, serve people. I want to learn.
And there is something fun about like, oh, this reel that's being boosted is getting clicks to the website at 12 cents, and this one's getting 23 cents. Why is that?
Yeah.
And like, what's the right call to action? And what is this whole business? You know what I mean?
I'm excited to just see that and learn about it, because that's a new part of development for me personally that I'm like, I want to. I've been in one field for so long, 18 years. I've done church ministry, and I love the church, and I'm still going to love the church. But for me, it's like there's a whole level of development that is untapped for me.
Yeah.
And you know, bringing that in, and what I have to bring and to grow and to make, you know.